Hello humans, my name is Slady and welcome to my channel. It's a new year and I bet you thought I forgot or didn't notice because unlike every smart content creator out there, I didn't monopolize on the opportunity to make a literally expected update video. What nobody tells you about making batch content is that you should either plan for seasonal events or expect to film for them in the middle of your batch releases. I did neither, so lesson learned. I've talked previously about what I've come to understand is known as imposter syndrome. Apparently it's rampant in the creative community, and it's the feeling like you're pretending to be someone you're not, even though you're just trying to be your best self. And overall feeling like anything I do is worth anything, because I mean that I could call myself a writer or an artist or a YouTuber. Because as long as there are people out there better than you using the title, you're going to feel like a pretender comparatively. And yeah, I know that that's really dumb, and that's why I'm sitting in front of my couch right now. I don't have everything figured out, but I've stopped putting everything on halt trying to find solutions on the sidelines. The audio of a lot of my videos have sucked, so I'm hoping this position might actually make it a little bit better, because noise capture, couchness, and if not, then I'll keep working on it. 2020 is a year of improvement for me. It's been ridiculous for me to say right off the bat that I will release like blank content on this day of the week with this background and this thumbnail, especially since the effort being put in is going to get overwritten or is in need of tweaking in the end anyway. So fuck grand gestures. I like being a mess. Experiment number 1 on the channel is going to be filtered videos. I tried my hand at filtered videos in my old apartment, which you may have seen, but they were presets that you filmed through rather than effects that you added post-recording. And let me tell you, that's a terrible idea. You cannot fix it at all afterwards. The exposure gets all shot, and just don't. So now that I've talked about the 2020 mentality of trying to be positive even though I'm a chronic pessimist, if anyone is interested, here is my list of things that I am going to do in 2020. So either stay tuned on this YouTube channel for updates, improvements, so on and so forth, or you can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, whatever, to watch me unfold as some undiscovered genius. First, I'd like to learn calligraphy to at least some minor extent. It shouldn't be too hard. I got a calligraphy set for Christmas. Whenever I write something down when I'm drunk, I'm always fascinated by the creative flourish. So, I mean, I'm kind of geared towards it, somewhat. Overall, it's just going to be a little bit of a side hobby that I'm doing to benefit my writerly Instagram, to use for writing down quotes and whatnot. For art this year, I'm just going to keep the bar low. I'm going to stick to practicing. I've been doing some portraits of YouTubers in hopes of making connections, but that's yet to pay off. I'll keep trying and I will keep improving. Not this year, but some year I want to expand into cartoon inking and do some small comics. So if that's something that you'd like to see, then be sure to continuously bug me about it, because I'll keep putting it off. As I already basically talked about YouTube and my channel, my goal for this year in terms of that is just to continuously grow and improve. If I could have 100 subs by the end of the year, that would be amazing. I'm going to be making a separate video about my photography soon, where I'll be talking about a new form of release schedule. And if you like nature photography or didn't know that I did nature photography, check me out at slady.photography at instagram.com. That's the only place that I release my macro photography. Now for writing. I've got a lot of catching up to do and everything writerly. I'm still reeling from my isolation from it, so I've set my goals relatively small compared to other book or writer tubers, but very high for me. I'm going to passively work on the novella that I mentioned in my work in progress diaries, but it won't be a focus due to the sheer size of that undertaking. I think it's more important to get momentum going than to drop everything for a project that will take over a year to complete, even if I devoted all my time to it. So goal number 1 is actually going to just be read 12 books this year. It sounds simple enough, but last year I failed. I am such a slow reader that I get so distracted by other content, I don't devote the time that I need to reading. If I don't read 12 books by the end of the year, just like somebody take my library card away. I don't deserve it. My second goal, and slightly related, is to be a beta reader. Now, I know it's not hard to find people looking for beta readers, but I'm still also just testing the waters right now. I know I released that one video. I haven't got any replies from that specifically, so it's mostly me just wading through writer Twitter looking for someone that looks like they have a book that I will actually enjoy reading to help with. There's a lot of books out there. It's just I want to have a good time reading it. I was hoping to get involved in a site and or app called fresh.ink, which I may still do, but I was hoping that they would have some sort of paid part to the service, and they don't. Getting paid for beta reading would be optimal because I have so much to contribute to whoever finally gets me. So look out for a video someday where I explore paid beta reader opportunities, because that's definitely something that I want to expand into and will probably passively try and get a hold in, even if it's just on Fiverr. Goal 3 is to post to medium.com. I'll probably have a video on that later too if you don't know anything about Medium or how to get started on it once I have started on it. I just signed up and I'm registered for pay. I just have to get some articles out there. I'm going to probably create a string of article series focusing on specific subjects like mental illness or relationships or my undying pains of being a human. Goal 4 is just to play around in poetry. I've done a lot of research over the last couple months, looking over like video classes and just trying to get a feel for the current poetry landscape. And all I've come up with is that it's just a free-for-all out there. So I'm going to start scribbling some poetry stuff down, and hopefully probably next year if I have enough of it. I know that I have enough themes of it. I don't know if I have enough of it to make a little poetry anthologies. So that could be a next year thing. Like end of this year, next year, I'm going to be working on getting a poetry anthology done, even if I don't know what I'm doing with poetry. And number 5, my last and biggest and most important goal for writing is to submit 20 short stories for publication this year and get at least one accepted. Just one. I'm not aiming too high on that. This is a big goal, or like a hard goal to achieve if I fall behind, but it's a relatively small or low effort one if I stay on track. I can pump out a short story in a day, but the editing is what takes so long. And I'm starting from scratch at this point because everything that I've written prior, I've released on Wattpad, which publications will not accept because it is technically already published. So yeah. Big year ahead. If you're new to my channel, feel free to subscribe, leave your New Year's resolutions in the comments, and keep your eye out for this buttload of content that I have proposed I am going to release over the next year. Will release. Okay, bye. I'll see you with another video soon.